Helicopter, and of course Bell Helicopter. I've been to their plant there in Amarillo, and also in where was it, near Fort Worth. So yeah, very familiar with their well, at least I was way back then, their operations and stuff. And let's see what else. Reports. Mel, thank you for giving your call there. I wrote it down, and I'll try not to forget. I do forget call signs, and even with the guys on this group will tell you sometimes I have to ask. I can't remember. So I got down WA6JBD for you, Mel. And Bill, I guess he's off to dinner. Yeah, it's sorry to see you go there, Bill. So maybe when the time changes for this net, maybe you can stay around after dinner. And Ron, you got a good signal. Phil, and yeah, I wonder where Paul is. K2LMQ, we haven't heard him on in a while. Hope he's doing okay. And let's see, George. Good. I don't know if you're on that PR40 or not, but it sounds good. Very, very nice. And I couldn't remember what rig you were running tonight, but you got a good signal. So that's it for me, really. I've just been enjoying operating ham radio and working the upper bands, and it's just been wonderful talking. I've mentioned this before. There's still the American amateurs, the ham radio operators in America. When they go up there to 10 meters and 12 meters and stuff like that, just forget that it's a contest. It's not a contest anymore. These guys that I've talked to around the world, they want to have a rag chew, just an ordinary, everyday garden variety rag chew. Now, there are a few that want to rack in the points, but they're mainly from Brazil. Let's see, where else? South America. They're still in the contest mode. But when you get into France and Finland and just about every other place. Japan is a little different. Sometimes they like the rag too, but not for very long. I was listening to a couple of guys they were talking about, what was it? They were talking about something that was so obscure. They spent like 35 minutes on the same subject, just beating that sucker to death. It was like turning, how a light switch works or something, turning it on and off or something like that. It was really bizarre. But there's a lot of rag chewing going on. That's the part of the hobby I like. So I'm rag chewing right now. And I always get accused of making long transmissions, the old AM buzzard transmission. Well, I'm an old buzzard, but younger than Skip. But Skip's smarter than me, so what can I tell you? All right, let's keep it moving here. N6WHK, another one of the pioneers in this hobby. Take it away, WA6JKN.
WA6JKN and 6WHK. Well, the same thing I did today. It's raining down here. It was raining. Not real hard. Good, a light mist. It rained pretty good last night. And so I sat here and played on the radio most of the day. I'm a little chicken. I don't like to get out there on the highways with a bunch of loose nuts behind steering wheels. And especially in wet weather. I heard on the police scanner today, they were chasing some guy down who was doing over 100 miles an hour down one of the main highways here heading up towards the mountains. So I kind of play it cool and stay back here and play radio. John, you're sounding good all the way from Florida. Glad to hear the wife is doing good with the knee replacement. My dad had one. It was quite a few years ago, back he used to do it the hard way. It took him a long time to recover from that. And I know George had one done not too long ago, and he's moving around pretty good now. I've never had anything like that done. I did crush a pelvic bone one time, and they put me in traction, drilled a hole through my leg bone and put sandbags on it, pulled the hip out of place
Jesus.
until the pelvic healed. But that was back, oh, good Lord, I was 18, 19 years old. And that was in Balboa Hospital, Navy Hospital here. So, I'm no stranger when it comes to medical, believe me. Anywho, other than that, I worked quite a bit of DX today. And yeah, I like the rag Q part. I got a hold of a guy over in Wales, and I guess we talked for 15, 20 minutes or longer. Kept hearing people breaking in or clearing their throats, and one thing and another. Now people want to work DX, I guess. And I just was enjoying talking. We were talking about our equipment, we were talking about weather, quite a few things. And that's the part I like. I just sit and work 3 or 4 stations instead of working a whole bunch of them if I can ride 2 with them. And change information and data, things on that order. That's what's a kick for me. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to my friend over in Joshua Street. KD6 BWS and 6WHK.
Don't worry about it. Okay, well, M6WHK, KD6 VWS. And, yeah, well, I'm with you, Phil. Yeah, whether wrecked you, I don't care for contests. Yeah, and to me, that's just robotics. Never cared about contests. But, yeah, I get on the radio, I want to talk to people, not yeah, you're 5'9" and blah, 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 and catch you later, you know. So, I'm in agreement with all of you that like the rag shoe aspect. And, yeah, Jay, yeah, I used to hang out at the mission in there in Riverside. Boy, I was in there so many times. Everybody knew me in there. I used to sneak around to places in there I wasn't supposed to be, too. Down in the catacombs and just anywhere. I was like a rat climbing around that place. And, but yeah, and John, yeah, I was even copying you good Wednesday night when you were running 25 watts of AM when you checked into the AMI Wednesday night. So I guess we got a good path between you, and you're coming in good here tonight too. And so, well, heck, with that, let me move it along. WB6MWL, KD6VWS.
And I'm back, Jay.
Okay, I'll pass to you then. KD6VWS, WB6MWL, reporter, very good. Yeah, that was pretty interesting on that well, he gets a little bit near this paid for it, but they'll probably repeat it if you ever check it out. I'm sure they'll repeat it again on Channel 9. So, yeah, the email, I just, your handle just didn't click with me when you sent in there, so sounds like they are making progress up there. I hope so. I hope this ring doesn't melt that cell so it can create flooding. That's the next worry, I guess. So we'll see what happens. But, and, yeah, I copied John. I copied you that time. That's fine here. So the signal improved quite a bit.
And I guess we just threw it through the Santa bridge. And yeah, I'd like to actually see another, again, I have operated a few contests years ago. But I haven't done anything like that in a long time. It's good to just talk to people too. So, let's see, I guess this goes out to George. And I had something else I was going to say, but I can't think of it, so maybe I'll think of it next time. W6YEC, WB6MWL.
Yeah, okay, W6YEC. Very good. Just got back out here, so missed all the conversation, but just check in there. I don't know who I throw it to, if somebody else has checked in since then. But anyway, hope you guys had a good show. I was up having fun with my granddaughter. Been kind of gone because her mom was very sick with the house, and so they've been up in the house, trying to help her dad get things all straightened up, back together up there. So my dear little granddaughter lives next door, hasn't had her for a while. Well, just now real quick. So having some fake fun with her up there in the living room. Anyway, she was feeding me popcorn. Anyhow, I won't hold it here. I'll pass it on, and whoever's supposed to pick it up, whether it's Skip or whether it's somebody else. Anyway, it's kind of raining today, and now the clouds are really right down. We're in the clouds right now, so it's not raining, but it's just kind of moist out there. Okay? I was looking at my video cameras, and it looked like it was really raining outside, but it was just the clouds were down so close to the ground. So whoever's supposed to get it, W6Y. All right, I think that's supposed to be me, WA6J. Make sure I got it here. You got it now? Very good, thank you, Skip. All right. W6YEC in Swan Group, this is WA6JBD. I get a lot of comments here. Busy seriously making no phones that he's got, so I'll just kind of go down the list here. I'll try and keep it quick. You mentioned the media, not getting all the story. And what goes on behind the scenes is usually quite different. I've worked in local government for 45 years and have been involved in a number of events and I kind of have a theory about this. In virtually every article I've seen on television, radio, and the newspaper, whatever, they get something wrong in the story. So I'm really skeptical about what I read in the news. But my theory is that the problem is that the reporters and the folks collecting the information, they're all journalism majors, and they know how to write an article, but they're not subject matter experts on any of the stuff that's happening. So they don't necessarily know the questions to ask, or they don't necessarily understand what the answers are. And that's my theory anyway. I'm going to stick with it, because that's the evidence that I've seen after many, many years of seeing stuff happen. To John in 9AMI, I was able to give you your transmission this last time. I got your S5 to 7 report. You probably got an S5 here in your last transmission, so it did come up. The problem is that I have a noise floor of about S5 on this particular radio. I got some noise canceling tools that I have on the 7300, but I'm fine on the Swan at this point. So I've got nothing to counter a noise floor here or a noise issue. But I heard you. And let's see, a couple of you guys mentioned the submission in. I used to live in Riverside for 20 years. Frequently went down to submission in. And I guess this is just in the realm of trivia fact, but one of the engineers that I work with at San Bernardino, his weekend gig is he's a docent in Michigan and just tours of the place, goes down in the catacombs and things like that. And he's got some interesting stories. And according to him, it is not haunted. So, and he discounts
John, you mentioned helicopters. Of course, Kevin, JKS, mentioned helicopters and, tours at Sikorsky and Bell and so on. So a couple things. If you look on my QRZ page, I have some photographs of some significant things, and one of them at the very bottom of the page there is a view out the helicopter from we've got a very close relationship to them, and they provide transportation for us. Sometimes in the mountains, sometimes out in the desert, but I've got a few of my solar site out in the Colorado River, so it's kind of a neat thing. It's a very, very interesting benefit to the job of occasionally getting a ride on one of the helicopters. And I think I mentioned my son's a helicopter pilot for Guardian Life Flight down in Yuma. So the damn whirlybirds are kind of an integral part of my life. I've got mixed emotions about that, but there they are. I guess the last thing I've got here is rag chewing and contest. So I prefer rag chewing. You're listening to me rattle on about a bunch of stuff, so I can get on here and I can talk all night, barely come up for air. But I gotta admit, it's very difficult to admit, but I am a rabid 10 gigahertz contester. So during the summertime, there's a couple of weekends with 10 gigahertz and up contest is up. And I throw everything I've got at it. I throw all my time, I throw all my money, I throw all my radios at it, and I go out and work 10 gigahertz. And I like to think that I'm a big guy with 4 watts of 30 or 4-foot dish, 45 watts, and lots of noise, and I'm doing, close to 1,000-mile contacts and so on. But otherwise, I prefer to just kind of take it slow and have the rag chew. There's a guy, probably a lot of you may have worked, or I can't remember what it's called, he's down in South Africa, and he's on 40 meters every night down on the low end of the voice band, and he'll take all the time in the world that he wants to chat. And the cool thing about it is, as soon as you make contact with him, he knows who you are and whether you've worked them before and when you've worked them, and it's like, how's the kids, how's the wife, how's the job and all this stuff, and it's like 15 years since I've worked them last. So he's obviously got some computerized help there, but it is that's all the news that it's a print. That's what you out. I think you mentioned I was working the Swan 700 CS, and it's feeling pretty good about its life tonight, putting out about 300 watts. It's going to blow the dust off these old radios and get them on the air. So all I got goes to NYN. This is WABD in Upland.
Okay, let me see if I have it here in line. Appreciate it. Okay, very good. Yeah, I tend to agree. I'm not once a great while I may jump into a pile-up or something to get contact, but most of the time I like to rag chew, get to know the person, say hello, and make friends, and instead of going, 5 and 9, 7-3, and that kind of type thing, and you're done in 5 seconds, kind of type thing. But that's one thing I enjoy about ham radio is the camaraderie, meet new friends, and it's just a lot of fun to do that. But anyway, let's see what else is going on. I've been working on some audio equipment. I have a Sony stereo cassette field recorder that I bought way back in 1981, and I just got the belt Europe and gave it its first overhaul at 40 plus a year, and that's pretty darn good. And got that machine going and played some of my
cassette tapes that are recorded 25, 30 years ago. It still sounds great on the living room. So that's my number one hobby is playing around with audio gear and making live recordings. And second thing I like to do is videotaping, and having good audio to go with it too. So it's a lot of fun. All right, this will be my last one here for tonight. I got other things to do. My other hobby is I like to run miniature gas-powered tether cars at Woodard Narrows Park. So I'm going to kind of get things together, get things ready, and tomorrow morning I'm going to head out to Woodard Narrows to run some of my miniature gas-powered tether cars. So it'll be a lot of fun. So I'll be listening through. So 7th train, good night everyone. NY6LJ here to Hesperia.
Your turn, Don.
You went to dinner.
Okay, I guess I forgot that. Well, I guess that's it. Let's do a quick 73 round. And again, thanks to now on the rundown. Media has some problems reporting certain things because now it's kind of complicated. You don't want too much realism, and on the other hand, they want the location also affects certain things affect property value. So there's various conditions that come into play when you record certain events. So I think that's a consideration also, unfortunately. The financial loss and the insurance costs and, overall possibilities for profit and all that. Okay, let's do a quick 73 round and we'll see you all next week for sure.
Okay, John, heard you. Lima Charlie. No problem. Let me adjust my bias here. That's why I like the KW Sugar one. It's got all these knobs you can play with, Okay. Well, let's see. This is the 73 round, so I can't rag too long here. But I will say I have my own theory about the media. I remember back in 1985, I think it was, I was involved with Project SARX. That was NASA and ARRL and so on and so forth. This was to, the theme was to set up an Earth station at various educational institutions, primarily in the elementary, junior high, and high school area. For the purpose of getting kids interested in science and space and so on and so forth. The goal was to be able to communicate with the space shuttle as it was orbiting the Earth. So we set up an Earth station at El Roble School. Was it El Roble? No, Los Animas School. And this was a kindergarten through 6. Coordinated it with the school board, and they came up with their own criteria for selecting the students from the 6th grade that would represent the student body, and they would participate in this activity. We set up the Earth station at their school, and so anyway, we sent out the press releases, and this is where I get to the media. The local newspaper, which we were going to give the exclusive to, it's our hometown newspaper. Well, they went ahead and came out before we made our first contact with the astronauts aboard the space shuttle. I think it was the Challenger, and we made the front page news. I couldn't believe it. We were on the front page of the local newspaper. It was a big deal. So I started reading it, and I read the caption. You couldn't miss it. It was in big, bold ink. It said, "Local ham club exploits kids to talk to astronauts in space." That was the headline. And then, of course, you read the body, and it got worse. So that was really disappointing for the local newspaper to do that to the local ham club that has been involved with the fire department, the police department, emergency services, and so on and so forth. And it was totally uncalled for, and it was not true. It was a organized effort with NASA and the ARRL and so on and so forth. So it was on orbit number, I think it was 81 or 82. We were the first unscheduled contact with the Space Shuttle Challenger as it was orbiting the Earth. And it was such a big deal. These 5 kids were all expenses paid, were sent down to Hollywood. There was a show down there where they were going to be on stage and get to talk about their experience, and they brought a surprise guest out on the stage with the kids, because they had no idea what was going to happen next. They got to meet mission specialist Tony England from the astronaut they talked to as he was orbiting the Earth in the Space Shuttle Challenger. How about that? Well, just so you know, the local newspaper was trying to get an exclusive on that, and I said no. We gave it to the San Jose Mercury News, which was the next big newspaper just to the north of us. And then once that news got sent out on the wire, we got called by NBC, ABC, CBS. So there you go. It was a big deal. Too bad the local reporter didn't know how to handle the proper reporting of what was going to take place, because it was certainly a historical event. Over to you. Oh boy, here we go. I got to switch gears here. Phil, N6WHK 73. Good night, everybody. WA6JKN.
N6WHK. Well, that's me right there. I'll be talking with you. I know your call. And all of a sudden I get brain fade. Where in the heck and who was that? What was your call? I do that more often than not. Even though I know who the heck I'm talking to. Oh well, that's the way it goes. We all have our little hang-ups. Yeah, I'm not a true believer of the news. Like we got one television channel down here. Come hell or high water, they have a script they got to go by. They could be blowing buildings up right next door to them, but it's not on their script, so they're not going to say anything about it. They know what they're going to do. Matter of fact, one of the guys we had lunch with on Saturday used to work for the station, and he told us a couple little stories now and again. Anyway, with that, good to treat everybody. Been a pleasure. Hope to catch you next Saturday. Saturday. And don't forget to change your clocks tonight, because we're going through that cycle again. I'll be glad when they make up their mind. So with that, back to our friend over in the desert, 86 to VWS and 6WHK. Down the street, gentlemen.
All right, well, N6WHK, K6VWS. I forgot to mention I'm on the Swan 350C, and Bill, that 700 sounds great.